Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22, and we're going to be starting from 9th place. We're going to be trying to replicate Pecco Bagnaya's victory here in the Sepang circuit of Malaysia, but just like Pecco did in real life, from 9th position on the grid all the way up into, well, first, but in real life it did till 2nd, and I guess now it makes sense, and we're just trailing in behind Aleix Espargaro, but I've got a little bit of contact there actually with the Spaniard, and of course Aleix Espargaro no longer a championship contender going into Valencia. It's down to just Fabio Quartararo and Pecco Bagnaia. Now of course, if you do or do not know about the results, I would probably advise not watching this video until you don't want it to be spoiled, because I probably will end up discussing a few of the results so far into this video, and we're already discussed some of it so far, so yes, stay tuned and keep interested if you want to stay and listen to more. But if you don't, and you want to see the highlights or whatever, then check them out whenever you fancy it. But I jumped onto MotoGP 22 not long after playing Superbike 22 with you guys in the live stream yesterday, and I thought, I'll see how we get on. I don't know how I'm going to fare because I'm so used to Superbike 22 now, but I got to be honest with you, I felt pretty good. I was quite surprised how comfortable I felt with the bikes, especially the Ducati GP22 here. Felt really good, and I'm happy to say that I enjoyed my time with MotoGP 22, but the AI in this game just suck. They're just so bad. They're so slow. Not what I'm accustomed to with playing Superbike 22, so unfortunately for this video I will be streaking away at the front. I did try and keep things relatively interesting by staying with power setting 2, but I also wanted to put in some good lap times, so I didn't go for power setting 1. But so far, 0.6 of a second ahead of Aleix Espargaro. Quartararo somewhere in there as well in 3rd position. But regarding Malaysia, regarding Sepang, 3 very interesting races over the weekend. Race 1, which of course was Moto 3. Brilliant race. Very interesting and fascinating to see that John McPhee did what he did in the final couple of laps, or at least actually on the lap. I think he was, what, 5th, 6th before he even started the final lap, and then came through and took over at the front to take victory for the first time since 2021, when it was in Misano, or maybe 2020 in Misano, I do believe. I think that sounds about right. That's a long time, and starting from 22nd on the grid is certainly no easy feat. Something I may have to try and replicate very soon, but it was great to see John McPhee successful in Moto 3 once again. Of course, the rider who is still vying for a seat somewhere. I would like to see him in British Superbike at the very least, but who knows where John McPhee is going to go. But Moto 2, fascinating, very fascinating. I did not expect Iagora to bottle it. He doesn't strike me as a character who gets particularly flustered, but unfortunately for him, trying to make the move on Tony Arbolino, Tiger Tony going into the left-hander, the slowest part of the circuit here in turn 9, and then losing the front. I kind of felt like there was going to be a twist in the tail somewhere or another, but didn't expect it to be from Iagora. Augusto Fernandez struggling somewhat, couldn't seem to get past Jake Dixon. Jake Dixon giving him everything and a bit more. Brilliant battle to see, honestly. I read a few comments, and I've seen some of the MotoGP journalists state that it was a Sepang Rossi versus Marquez sort of feel, but I really don't think so. I think that's completely blowing it out of proportion. Jake Dixon wanted 5th position. He knew he had the pace to continue to push. He was conserving tyres to put in that final push for the podium, and he pulled it off. Exactly what we expected. Well, I expected. I was expecting Jake to continue to get the podium streak going, and he certainly did. So, very strange to see that Augusto Fernandez was really unhappy with Jake, though. It didn't seem to be anything too egregious. It was just 2 riders battling for a position on the track as they always would. So, a little bit baffling from Augusto Fernandez, but I guess the pressure's on. And then seeing his championship rival crash, surely he could have smiled at the end of it. So, it is what it is. But MotoGP, my goodness, got to start from qualifying. The qualifying in MotoGP was the start of the intensity. But even before that, in the free practice where Franco Morbidelli held up Bagnaia, you knew it was going to be rather interesting to watch on Saturday, and it certainly was. Qualifying was very fascinating. I think that was the most tension I've seen in a qualifying session for a few years. And Pecco Bagnaia starting in Q1, doing everything in his power to get into Q2. Jack Miller playing the perfect wingman until he crashed. Marquez qualifying without a tow. Yes, you did hear me correctly there. Marquez qualified without using the slipstream of another rider. He did brilliantly as well. And oh my goodness, Fabio Quartararo crashing into turn 8. That's not the first time we've seen that this weekend. Fabio damaging his middle and ring finger on his left hand, I do believe, in a pretty somewhat calm crash. But he put his hand down onto the tarmac and it just wrenched his finger. So yeah, a bit of pain for Fabio, and it certainly was obvious that he was struggling. But in the race, different story entirely. Didn't seem to bother him too much, hanging on to 3rd position. But I will say, I didn't see that coming from Fabio, and I think I and a few others are probably giving him a bit of negativity and not give him the praise he deserves, with the fact that I felt like he's kind of bottled this championship this year. I know the Yamaha is really struggling and it's not as good as the Ducati in any way, shape or form. In fact, no bike at the minute is as good as the Ducati GP22. The Desmosedicis are just killing it. And the recent track selections, of course, very Ducati favourite. It's not the first time we've seen it, it certainly won't be the last, but Fabio and Yamaha, they've got work to do, and the work they've got to do in Valencia now is, unfortunately to say, is insurmountable. Unless they have the dream of the life and the most uninspiring circumstances ever, I don't see it happening, I really don't. But maybe Pecco crashes and Fabio wins the race. I don't see it happening. If Pecco only needs 2 points to secure the World Championship, then you better believe he's going to take just a couple of points at most. He'll probably be very lax and just get enough, rather than doing battle with the likes of Enea Bastianini and Jorge Martin, who's probably going to be very fast once again. But the dangerous riders, let's say, the ones who don't care what happens in the championship, they're fighting for podiums and glory. They're not asked who's actually going to be battling for the championship, so Fabio or Pecco, it doesn't matter to them. But the Yamaha does alright in Valencia, has done pretty well in the past, apart from Fabio crashing the other year, and of course Franco Morbidelli beating Jack Miller in 2020, which was probably one of the best races of the season for the terms of them two battling. It was very, very interesting. But as far as the championship goes, I would like to probably put my hat in Pecco Bagnaya's corner, let's say, but at the same time, I'm not a gambling man. And the last time I gambled, in a sense of saying someone's going to win, it ended up in disaster. Need I remind you that I once picked Alex Rins to win the championship in 2020? Or was it 2021? It might have been 21, it was the year where he crashed about 10 or 11 times in the season, so yeah. Oh, a little bit wide there for turn 15, just losing the concentration somewhat. Bring on the ride height device, something I've jumped straight back onto actually and not really thought too much about. The old ride height device, something you don't need to use in Superbike of course, because there isn't one. But braking firm into turn 1, and that's going to be the start of our final lap already, so this one's gone really, really quick. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, for those who did turn up, and for those who want to see more live streams, and stay tuned, got plenty more coming. We will be doing more streams on Sundays. I probably will bring a MotoGP stream back and possibly a Ride 4, but for now, I'm really enjoying Superbike 22 and I'm pushing as hard as I can to try and beat Sacred Meerkat, who's of course is on another level. So we'll see what happens, but I'm very much enjoying Superbike and I hope you guys are too. Career mode videos are coming out very, very soon, so stay tuned and stay positive and stay ace, of course, to fit the old slogan. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, now's a great time to do so as we're approaching the conclusion of this video. And even a little like on the video helps out a lot as well. But coming into turn 8, 0.2 of a second is the gap from us improving the lap time and us staying where we are. Now, of course, we have had 3 laps into the 159s, not including the first one since it was a standing start. Would have appreciated a 158. I did a little warm-up before I did this video, and I did a 157. So to see myself down in 159 is not that inspiring, but I am only using power setting 2. I think we were like 2 seconds quicker than the AI with power setting 3, so I thought that was not going to cut it for today's video. But nonetheless, I've enjoyed just cruising around the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. Very much enjoy this track and very much enjoy this Ducati. So I guess that's going to be it from me. Last shout out as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Enea Bastianini against Pecco Bagnaia. Do you think there were some team orders in place, or do you think Bastianini just decided to take a back seat and let Pecco win, or even could he not beat Pecco on his day? So guys, that's it from me. I do hope you enjoyed. We won this race by 3.3 seconds. Absolutely dominant. But that's it from me. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. So thanks for watching as always. Like, comment and subscribe. And ciao for now. Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.